President Bush is refusing to say if he agrees with the CIA's destruction of videotapes of top al-Qaida suspects being questioned. He notes the Justice Department, the Congress, and the courts are now looking at the circumstances and says he wants to see what they turn up.
Until these inquiries are complete, till the oversight's finished, then I will be rendering no opinion from the podium.
Critics call the destruction a cover-up of war crimes, since it's thought the tapes showed a technique the protesters demonstrating it here called torture. The president spoke at a year-end news conference at which he expressed delight that Congress yielded to his demands not to bust his budget.
I'm pleased that we have been able to end this year on a high note.
In fact, Bush won a series of fights at year's end, extracting more money for the Iraq War and preventing an expansion of children's health care. But speaking to reporters, he tried not to gloat.
I really don't, sit here and say, well, he won, they lost, or they won, he lost. It's just not my nature.
Yet Democrats say they did set a new direction, with bills hiking the minimum wage and boosting energy conservation.
Democrats are working every day to bring about that change, and while we've made a down payment on that agenda, there's much left to do.
Yet polls suggest most Americans think Congress got bogged down, and its approval numbers are now as low as Bush's.
Of course, some of this was Democrats learning the limits of power with a narrow majority. And for those who thought this year's was a do-nothing Congress, just wait till next year, an election year, when lawmakers of both parties typically look on hard choices as they do a trip to the dentist. Mark Smith, The Associated Press, the White House.